and district missionary. Sister Denise, one thing is for sure. The COVID-19 pandemic did not stop new experiences. It didn't stop it at all. In fact, since it started, some of us have had new open doors. Ooh, Lord have mercy, new relationships. Some of us have had new revenue streams. Come on, clap your hands for that. Some of us have had new life experiences. In other words, we've had people that graduate. Come on, let's celebrate the graduates on all levels, on all levels. Some of us got better paying, I'm clapping for myself, better paying jobs. I'm talking about in the COVID-19 pandemic. And some of us had to deal with some new challenges. Some of us been diagnosed with some stuff. And some of us had to let go of some people, some folk we thought I could hold on to, but the pandemic showed me who you really are. How many of y'all had to let go of some people? I had to let them go, And some of us had to deal with the fact that we had got some wrong financial information, and our balance books was not as strong as we thought they were. Ooh, when the pandemic hit, and so we had to fix our finances. Who am I talking to on this morning? But I want you to know, look at somebody and say, but God, He's still making good on some past promises. Ooh, y'all ain't with me. Yeah, y'all, come on, ride with me. He's still a mind regulator. He's still a heart fixer. I've enjoyed some new stuff, but He's still a doctor in the sick room. How many of y'all remember them past promises? I'm standing on that stuff now. He's still a lawyer in the courtroom. When folks lied on me, God still vindicates me. Look at somebody and say, my past promises are still paying off. Ooh, look at another person and say, my past promises are still paying off. But we need to embrace the new stuff. So as we search for solutions on how to deal with these new situations, these new open doors, these new relationships, this new stuff that's happening, remember, godly protection only comes when you seek the Savior's advice. I got a lot of new stuff now. Good job. I got a good job. Some of us got better revenue streams. Some of us got better things that's happening to us now. But listen, godly protection to make sure that nothing happens to my family. Nothing happens to my finances. Nothing happens to my future. Only comes from God. I want you to know that God is the only one that can protect me. God is the only one that can make a way for me. God is the only one that can fix it. Look at somebody and say, embrace the new. But remember your past. The past promises that He gonna make it good. In other words, the Lord wants to lead you through these new situations. I don't know about you, but sometimes we forget what God already said. He's already said when you come to the new situations, listen, I got you, son. I got you, son. You got new revenue stream. You went from paycheck to balling. I don't know, who am I talking to? Some of y'all got more money now than you can shake a stick at. Look at somebody and say, God wants to lead you through these new situations. So in our text today, King Asa teaches us, if we don't embrace the new. I'm going to talk to you. I know y'all don't want to talk about that because you want to say, "Ooh, thank you, God, for the new. Thank you, God, for the new." But Asa in our text want to teach us that if we don't embrace the new, with the resolve that God got my back. I'm a millionaire now. Better paying job. New relationship. And listen, you need to approach this new with the resolve that God got my back. Look at somebody and say, God got my back. He got my back. He got my back. Listen, if you don't reproach it with that resolve that God's got my back, God will withhold His solutions from you. And one of the things that we have a problem with, Sister Denise, is when we get the new. When we get the new, we get scared we're going to lose it. When we get the new, we get so afraid that we withhold it. We don't want to, all of a sudden I'm scared I might lose it. But I want you to know, look at Proverbs 3:5-6. Y'all know this already. Trust in the Lord with all that and what? Lean not to your crazy understanding. Is that what they're saying? In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He shall what? I want you to know that word shall is a promise. Say a promise. Can we put promise right there? And He promises to what? Direct my path. I want you to make the deaf more mad. Listen, say it one more time. He promises with all your new stuff to direct your path. Raina, He promises when you get on that campus, He will direct you to everybody you need to make sure. Brother, come on, he promises. I see you rolling up in your car with your lean out. He promises he'll direct your path. And so when we let go of leaning on our own understanding, we let go of our own understanding and handle our new situations with, here it is, proper associations. I'm preaching already. Come on, say proper associations. The best way to properly handle new stuff is to separate from any advice that didn't come from God. That's the best way to make sure you handle this new stuff right. I ain't never seen nobody come into such. People are coming into some wealthy places. People are coming to better relationships. People are, listen, scholastic achievement at all levels. But the problem is you start listening to thoughts, suggestions, and ideals that didn't come from God. I want you to know to stay in this new place, to stay in this wealthy place, to stay in this place of peace in your mind. How many of y'all know you needed God to fix that mind? Because you've been around some crazy folk. But in this pandemic, God has separated you. But you got to understand, you got to stay away from folks that giving you advice that did not come from God. Now, I got Bible on it. Come on, Asa. Asa said, listen, y'all don't listen to me. It's not written, Brother Kwan, on the line of the text. But on this morning, Asa said, preacher, preach between the text and look at the text and learn from me. Learn from me. Learn from me. Asa said, learn from me on this morning. Come on, bro, Asa. We're going to learn from you, King Asa. 2 Chronicles 16:3. It says, there is a covenant between me and you, as there was between my father and your father. Behold, I am sending you silver and gold. Here's what he said. Here's what he said. So go break your covenant with Baasha, king of Israel, that he may withdraw from me. And what we got to do, I'm going to back up and teach this, and then we're going to preach and get on out of here. In 2 Chronicles 16:1 on the screen, in the 36th year of the reign of Asa, Baasha, king of Israel, went against Judah and built Ramah. Ramah. That's a city. In other words, what Baasha did, Lady Monica, he built a city to make sure that nobody got to Asa. He built a border. He built a wall to make sure no comers went in and no comers went out. Look at somebody say a blockade, a barricade. Here it is to starve Asa out of his land. Oh my God, I want you to know the devil is getting up early in the morning to make sure you don't get to new revenue stream. The devil is making sure you don't get a better job. The devil is making sure that you never get to the place of peace in your mind. So what happened was in this 36th reign of Asa, Baasha the king went up against Judah and built Ramah. Baasha the king is the key to this. Baasha the king is actually the king of Israel. So he puts up a barricade to starve Asa out of the land, that he might permit no one to come in and to go out. And Asa, I want y'all to know, just like some of us on this morning, some of us are Asas. I'm talking to some Asas this morning. You ain't got nothing to worry about when the devil come up against you. In the past, he delivered you. In the past, he healed you. In the past, he made a way out of nowhere. In the past, he made it well. But all because you got a Baasha coming against you now, you scared. Asa had no reason to be scared. You building up a city and you trying to block my money? What are you scared of, Asa? I'm talking to somebody right now. Why are you so scared? Because you hear they laying off. Why are you so scared? Because you think my money gonna dry up. You don't need to look at somebody and say, just pray. Just pray. He did it once, he can do it again. If he made a way out of no way, come on, give God a hand clap right there. Asa, who had nothing to worry about, had already seen godly success with past military conflicts. And many of us have already seen success. We already seen God make a way. We already seen the doctor said we thought we saw something. And just because the doctor said they think they see something now, you forgot he delivered you once. He healed you once. And all of a sudden you scared today. Look at somebody and say, just remember. And so in our text, when Baasha decided to build his barricade, Asa got scared. He got scared. So what he did, Lady Monica, he made an agreement. He made an agreement of peace, Brother Kawan. He got scared. He said, y'all blocking my flow of money. No commerce coming in, no commerce coming out. So Asa got scared. Come on, say he got scared. Don't y'all look at Asa like that. Y'all done got scared too. Talking about laying off folks. You was like, ooh, they talking about me and my department. Are they going to hire? Are they going to lay off in my department? Y'all been scared too. Don't look at Asa like that. So he built and he negotiated an agreement of peace with Baasha. And so these neighboring countries will often say, Lady Monica, listen, if you don't come up to my border, I won't come over to your border. And it was just an agreement of peace. It was just an agreement of peace. It's almost like the fences we got in subdivisions now. I'm going to put this right here. You don't have your dog come poop on my yard, and I won't have my dog come poop on your yard. It's just an agreement. It's just an agreement. But the problem is, listen, Benhadad, king of Syria, had a covenant with Judah, which King Asa already knew. So Benhadad had a covenant with Judah that he already knew he can exploit. I want y'all to know you don't have to do a deal with the devil just because you scared that some conflict is coming your way. And I said that made me feel good. You don't have to do a deal with the devil when you think that things are about to be blocked and flowing and it's not going to work. And so he did something, Brother Kawan, that many of us have done. We just did it in the opposite. And so Brother Asa sent silver and gold to Benhadad to entice him to break the covenant with Baasha. In other words, he gave him money. He said, Baasha, I'm going to give you some money that belongs to the church. Uh-oh. Did I say that? I'm going to give you some money that should be dedicated to the Lord. You know, listen, I know the church trying to build a community center. I know the church is trying to do stuff in the community. I know the church trying to feed the kids. I know the church trying to help the homeless. But listen, I got to protect me. Y'all know we are like that. Yes, we are. Soon as trouble hit our life, the first thing we do is withhold God's money. But don't look at Asa like that, because we done it ourselves. And so he gave him lots of money. And he said, listen, Benhadad, I need you to do me a favor. I need for you to tell them to stop building this border so that I can have commerce come in, commerce come out. And guess what Benhadad did? He said, sure, give me all that money. Give me all that money. And he did it. And Asa gave him treasure that came from the house of God. But I want to paint this picture, then I'm going to keep moving. The problem is Asa, who knew better. Asa, who had deliverance in his life before. Asa that had been delivered by God before, made a deal with a pagan king. He did a deal with the pagan king. Don't look at Asa like that. I don't even want to hear a I want to hear none of that, because we do it ourselves. We do it ourselves. We try to fix stuff ourselves. God, I got this. God, I'm going to curse him out. You stay over there. God, I'm going to do what I got to do. God, I got it. And that's what happened in this text. He said, I'm going to deal with this on my own, because it's a new situation. Asa saying, listen, I need money coming in. And I need money coming in. And I need money coming in. So I tell you what to do. I'm going to do a deal with the devil. But I want you to know in Psalm 119 and 63, it says it this way: I am the companion of all them that what? Fear me. We got to stop doing deals with the devil because we're scared. Can I say that one more time? That blessed me. We got to stop doing deals with the devil because we are scared. And it says in Psalm 119 and 63, I am the companion of them that fear thee. I don't know about you, but that's the association I want. I want the association with God. I want to associate with God. I want to be in commune with God. I want God's blessings on my life. I want God's blessings on my family. I want God's blessings over me all the time. I want God's blessing in my mind. I want God's blessing over my body. Look at somebody and say, get the right association. When you come into your new, and when you get scared, you need to remember Psalm 119 and 63. I'm the companion of them, come on, read it, that fear thee, and of them that what? Keep thy precepts. When you're going through pain, repeat the precepts. When you're going through agony, repeat the promises. When things not going right, repeat what God has already said. Look at somebody and say, just repeat. I know it's good. You got a problem. You got to just keep repeating. You got to keep repeating. You got to keep repeating, because if you repeat, then God said, then you with me. That's the only way I know you with me, when you start saying what I said. Look at somebody and say, start saying what God says. I don't care what the problem is. I don't care what the new thing is. I don't care if the devil says, if the doctor said you're going through a new issue in your body. You got to repeat what God says. By his stripes, I'm healed. I wish above all things that you prosper and what? Be in good health. You got to when you got a new situation. I don't know who I'm talking to on this morning. When you're going through a new thing, you had your road dogs and you got to let them go. You got to let them go. You got to do life without somebody that you'd had in your life 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. When you come into this new thing, you got to remember you have to have proper association. Number 2, you got to have, proper information. I'm preaching already. I know y'all don't want to hear this kind of preaching because, listen, I can handle anybody. No, you can't. Because the wrong association will cause you to do stuff you ain't got no business doing. And that is doing a deal with the devil. Look at somebody and say, you better make sure your alliances and your associations are right. Number 2, proper information. Come on, say proper information. Listen, I want you to read that with me. Verse 7, it says it this way. At that time, Hananiah, the seer, came to Asa, king of Judah, and said to him, because you relied on the king of Syria and did not rely on the Lord your God, the army of the king of Syria has escaped you. Want you to know that when you think you doing a deal with the devil and it looks like it works, that's the problem, Brother Kawan. Most time when we do stuff with the devil, when we negotiate with terrorists, when we think we're doing, sometimes, brother Joe, it works. It actually works. It actually works. But the problem is this: have you really did the deal with the right person? Because sometimes you just dealing with the middleman. You just dealing with the middleman. Maybe because I'm a criminal lawyer, I know most time they want the kingpin. And the problem is you think you got an association with the right person to get the heat off of you. Look at somebody and say, the only God knows. So at that time, Hananiah, the prophet, the seer, put it back up, 2 Chronicles 16 and 7. Come on. At that time, Hananiah, the seer, or say prophet, came to Judah and said to him, because you relied on the king of Syria, say the devil, a pagan, somebody who don't know God, and you did not rely on God, a waymaker, the healer, the provider, the army of the king of Syria has escaped you. I just want to drop something right here. I'm going to get messy for a quick second. The devil needs you to stay away from the church. The devil needs you to stay away from the church. When you go to college, the devil needs you to stay away from the church. Why? Because why? They're apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. Listen, he needs you to stay away from, can I say it again? The apostles. He needs you to stay away from the prophets. He needs you to stay away from the evangelists. He needs you to stay away from the showing up pastor with his crooked self. He needs you to stay away from Sister Denise's Bible class on Wednesday night. Why? So he can hide from you what you can be. When you can I flip it the other way? When you come to church, and you hear the apostle, you hear the prophet, you hear the evangelist, you hear the pastor, you hear the teacher, guess what? You find out who you are in God. Come on. The church, by the power of Jesus Christ, transforms lives. Can I say that one more time? That blessed me. The church has the power to transform lives through Jesus Christ. I don't know about you, but the church can make weak folks strong. It can transform your marriage. It can transform you in ways that you never thought. When you were weak, you came into the house of the Lord and you heard a sermon. You heard from the apostle. You heard from the teacher. You heard from the pastor, and all of a sudden you became strong. You got in your car and went on and said, I can do it. I can make it. I can do it. And it only came because you got up and got your raggedy behind in the church. Look at somebody and say, the church actually can transform you. It can transform you. It can transform you. And the devil knows that. So he try to play games with you. Well, you can stay in the bed and just stream. The devil is smart. He know what he's doing. He know if you bring your behind in here, you're going to walk out a different way. This is just a shameless plug for every church that's staying open, stay open. Because the devil needs you to close your door. The devil needs folks not to come to your church. The devil gonna keep telling them, you know, the pandemic numbers are going up. But why is it that the vaccine works at Walmart? It works at the beauty salon. But, you know, when you come to the church, I got to be careful. You know, I got to be careful. But I want you to know the truth of the matter is the devil know you're going to come in one way. And you're going to go out another way. The truth is, when you come into God's house, you learn that you have a pardon from your past. You have power for my present. I got promises for my future. Look at somebody and say, the devil, he never wants you to know that. Go on, sit down. 2 Corinthians, 2 Chronicles 16:7. So at that time, Hananiah the prophet came to Asa. I want you to know ain't no prophet gonna come around your raggedy behind if they can't find you. The prophets are in the house. The apostles are in the house. The teacher is in the house. The evangelist is in the house. Listen, the teacher is on the house on Zoom. And when folks tell me I can't, you know, I can't work it out with my schedule, I know what that is. The devil never wants you to know who you are. I'm strong. I'm wiser. I'm better. So much better. Because I came into the house of God. Because I came to Bible class. Back in the day, I went to YPWW. And I wasn't trifling no more. As a man, I learned how to pull my pants up. As a woman, I learned to keep my panties up. Y'all sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Woo! So Asa created an alliance with the king. I'm just talking on this morning. I ain't mean to holler. I ain't mean to holler at all. But he created an alliance, come on, say an agreement with the king of Syria. Because of the intervention of Syria, Baasha, king of Israel, stopped the work building the fortress of Ramah. And the truth of the matter is, Asa's trust in the pagan king worked. I can't get past that, Brother Kawan. The problem with some folk, why they don't want to come into the church, is because they wicked and crazy plans are working. It's working. And the truth is, don't y'all get mad at them folks when they wicked plans and they alliances with the devil and doing deals with the devil work. I know y'all don't like, Lady Monica looking at me like, where you going with this? It works. Sometimes it works. And the truth is, I'm going to turn around when I say that. The truth is this. Sometimes we not necessarily making a deal with the devil, but the truth is, as we live and get a little bit older, we rely more on our experience. We rely more on our intellect. When you get a few degrees on the wall, Brother Joe, listen, we start relying on us. And the truth is, sometimes it works. You say, I'm a little bit older. I've been around this corner a few times. Listen, I don't have to listen to this prophet, because the problem is Asa is older. Come on, say older. And this Hananiah, the prophet, is younger. That's the problem. The older man said, who you think I am? I got gray hair. I've been a king for 25 plus years. I done seen stuff happen, and I about know how things gonna turn out. Who you think you are, little young self? You don't know nothing. Don't tell me I did it wrong to do a deal with the devil. It worked. And now commerce is coming in and commerce is going out. Commerce is coming in, commerce coming out. You know why? Because I'm Asa and I'm smart and I'm older. I'm wiser. But the problem is this, because the point is get proper information. God sent a prophet, a young prophet that he didn't want to listen to. And that's our problem on this morning. Is sometimes the prophet may not be as old as you. But to look at somebody and say, it don't matter. If God sent the prophet and corrected you, you got to receive the information from the prophet. I know. I'm going to keep on moving. I know y'all don't like that. I know because I'm older. I'm wiser. I'm smarter. I've been here a few times. But every now and then, you can get off because you got new stuff. You got money you making you ain't never made before. and you lost your mind. So some of us don't need a new man. Some of us don't need a new woman, because if you did, you will never come back to church. All we know about Prophet Hananiah is he's bold. Come on, say young and not afraid. Can y'all repeat that with me one more time? The prophet Hananiah was bold, young, and not afraid to prophesy to the old man. We got to understand, don't matter what the age is, get the right information. Don't matter the stage of their life, get the right information. Because listen, even though you might be seasoned, you can still act like a fool. Did I say that? Even though you may be well into I'm 48 years old. Every now and then I have to understand that I have to approach God like a child. And we got to make sure that we remain teachable. Look at somebody and say, remain teachable. Can y'all say that with me? Remain teachable. Because if you don't, I'm going to move on. I know y'all tired of me already. If you don't, it's a sign of pride. Pride comes before destruction, a haughty spirit before come on, preach with me, missionary Harry. Listen, we got to understand, if you don't remain teachable, you can fall to pride. That was a story, Brother Joe. I talk to my son all the time. I said, Brother Braden, if we were to go into any inner city, I don't know, pick it, Chicago, Flint, East Point, wherever you want to go, more often than not, the most talented NBA players potentially are in those neighborhoods. They ain't playing NBA ball. They're not playing ball. Oh, come on, Brother Grips. They're not playing ball. The reason why Brother Grips made it to the NFL and LeBron James and Steph Curry made it to the NBA is because they're teachable. They're teachable. Listen, the coach Fields can tell them your running game is wrong. Coach Fields can say you need to learn some more, get some more endurance in your life. Coach Fields said you were late, so give me some laps. You got to remain teachable. And when you don't remain teachable, you get the wrong information. And when you get the wrong information, you're not ready for elevation. Look at somebody and say, stay teachable. Then God, he can elevate you. He can take you to places that you've never been before. Look at somebody and say, stay teachable. 1 Peter 5 and 10, I'm done. 1 Peter 5 and 10 says, but the grace of our God, come on, y'all read it with me, who have what? Called us unto the eternal glory by Christ Jesus. After that, we have suffered for a while, will make you what? Perfect. Established, strengthened, and what? Settle your crazy self. Don't mean nothing because I'm 48. You can't teach me nothing. The question is, in this area that God is sending a prophet, do I need to be established in this area? You may know some things. Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. You may know some things. But God, I thank God that you sent a prophet. I thank God that you sent somebody to correct me. Because I want to stay teachable. Come on, say, God, help me to stay teachable. And in this pandemic, I don't understand us. You can't tell folk nothing now. You hurt my feelings. And because you hurt my feelings, I'm in church hurt. I ain't coming back. Stay home then. Stay home. Crazy self. I want you to know that you ain't doing nothing but being the devil's bee. Did I say that? That's all you're doing. I want you to know 1 Peter 5 and 10 says it this way, that God wants to make sure you are perfect. Established. He wants to strengthen you in areas where you need to be strengthened and settle your crazy self down. And so God knows if you ever come into the church. Woo! Lord have mercy. I don't know about y'all, but I'm the recipient of an apostle, Lawrence Braggs, that spoke into my life. He said, son, I see you on the organ. I see you playing the keyboard. But son, I see you preaching. I see you leading. I see you restoring. I see you establishing. Look at somebody and say, thank God for apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. Give God a praise for the perfecting of the saints. For the perfecting of the saints. Y'all sit down. I got to get on. I'm going to get to my notes, Brother Kwan. I'm going to say with my notes. But for the perfecting of the saints. For the perfecting. Stay teachable. Don't stay where you are. God's got better. God's got better. And so, lastly, number three, when we let go of leaning on our own understanding and handling these new situations, listen, you will learn that you handle these new situations with proper associations. Look at somebody and say, God. That's all you need. I know you trying to fix it yourself. I know. If you got the root, right, boo, or bay on your arm, you got it. No, God. G-O-D. Isn't that what my spiritual dad said last week? G-O-D. God. That's what you need. Number two, you need the right information. I want y'all to know it's not by coincidence, Brother Kawan. You are in my life and I'm in your life. I'm your prophet. I'm your pastor. To make sure that you never get the wrong information. Because God said, I got greater. I got greater. Woo, Lord have mercy. Lastly, listen, you handle your new situation with proper interpretation. Say proper interpretation. Look at 2 Chronicles 16:10. Then Asa was angry with the seer, the prophet, and put him into jail. Got mad at him and put him in jail. You know why he did that? Because he interpreted God's correction the wrong way. How many folks y'all got in timeout? I ain't trying to be messy. How many folks y'all got on do not call? Block ministry. But we have to consider that God may be sending correct information about something you thought with your old age you got the answer to. I'm going to say with my text, y'all ain't going to get mad at me because I got keys to I can get out of here. Then Asa was angry with the prophet and put him in jail. For he was in what? Rage with him because he corrected him. Young man, who you think you are? Can't correct me? I'm the king. And the other part of that is this. I wouldn't have wanted to be a Hananiah at all. No, Lord. Correcting a king, that could have been your life. He was bold. You got to boldly declare what God said. 2 Chronicles 16:10 said, then Asa was angry with the seer, the prophet, and put him in jail, for he was enraged with him because of this correction. And Asa inflicted cruelties upon some of y'all been mean and nasty because you've been corrected. Correction and persecution is not the stuff y'all say it is. Because I don't call your name, that's not persecution. Because I forgot to call you, that's not persecution. Because I ain't bring you up to the front and do everything with you, that's not persecution. Look at somebody and say, stop being mean. Because the pastor had to correct you. The apostle had to correct you. The evangelist, the teacher, the pastor had to correct you. Because we cannot let you walk around with wrong information. And the truth is, because the Lord rebuked him, he became bitter. He became bitter. I'm talking to somebody perhaps online. You're bitter. That's why you're in bed. Because you're bitter. Because correction had to come your way. So you figure, I'll withhold fellowshipping with the saints. Here's the truth about that. It's a commandment. It's a commandment. It's an order. It's an either forsake not the fellowshipping with the saints. As you see the day and the end approaching. Because the Lord rebuked Asa, he became bitter and refused to listen to God. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I pray this morning that you never If you're in bed right now because you mad at that correction that came your way, I pray you never refuse to listen to God. I pray you always be obedient. I pray you always walk in obedience, because the Bible declares the steps of a righteous man is what? Order. It didn't say if you agree with the pastor. It didn't say if you agree with the prophet, the apostle. It didn't say that. It didn't say that at all, did it? What version of the Bible you reading? It says forsake not. You got to listen. You got to listen. So instead of seeing God sending the prophet as an act of benevolence and mercy and humbling himself, King Asa attacked the messenger. That's what's going on now. I'm going to say this real quick, and I'm going to say it subliminally. Y'all got to look up somebody and say, catch quick, catch quick, catch quick. One thing that's happening now, Brother Joe, is chaos. We're confounding language. Certain groups are taking words and redefining them. Come on, I need y'all to catch quick. Hear me in the spirit. Hear me in the spirit. They're confounding terms that we never thought that we never had to define. I mean, what is a woman? We really talking about that? Really? Okay. And so when you if you have the nerve to ask, are you really asking me what is a woman? And they attack me, they take my job. I want y'all to know that the wrong interpretation of my question is to attack me. Clarify for me. Don't attack me. You interpreting my question the wrong way. I'm just trying to ask you, when did we wonder what that was? That's all. I'm not, I love everybody. I know this is going live. I understand. I love everybody. But when did we start questioning some things? When did we start wondering what things are? I got to get off of this. But the truth is, it's designed to create chaos. It's designed to create a chaotic world. And if I can create a chaotic world, then I got you. You'll never come to church. From chaos, you'll never come to Christ. From chaos, you'll never come to church. From chaos, you'll never become a Christian. From chaos, you'll never bind with the saints. And I just want you to know, don't attack the messenger. You got to go and make sure you're interpreting stuff the right way. I never said I don't love you. I'm just wondering. Just wondered. So Hananiah got attacked. Hananiah got thrown in jail. Hananiah got done cruelly. Put it back up one more time. It says, then Asa was angry with the prophet and threw him in prison. And then he was cruel to him. I want y'all to know that's what the body of Christ is going through right now. We are being treated cruelly for just dare to ask the question. I'm going to get back to my notes. I understand. But listen, instead of seeing God sending the prophet as an act of benevolence and mercy and humbling himself, he attacked the messenger. Instead of being humble as he should have been. Can I go to Hebrews 12:5? And we're done. And ye, come on, read it loud. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaking unto you as unto children. Y'all read this real loud. My son, despise what? Thou chastening of the Lord. Nor faint when thou have been rebuked of him. And I want you to know that Asa saying, preacher, I'm going to get on out of here. Come on, Brother Joe. We got to get on out of here. Thank you so much, Brother Asa, for coming by HDC on this morning. HDC, thank you so much for listening to this little Easter speech on this morning. But I need you to know, embrace the new. I need you to know in the spirit. I see some of y'all walking around like y'all in a mall. You're looking in that window. You're looking in that window. You're looking in this window. And you're looking in that window. But God said you're just searching because you don't know how to handle this new thing. You don't know how to embrace this new thing. So you're searching all over, trying to find somebody that can help you understand this new place you're in. So therefore, Lord, because Asa had the wrong associations. He rejected right information and became bitter towards God. Asa didn't finish well. Asa died wrong. Asa didn't die in celebration. Look at somebody and say, get up from there and do well. I know the doctor said you got an illness. I know that you have to let some people go. I know that you have to fix some stuff in your life. But look at somebody and say, finish well. Finish well. Finish well. I know it may not be what you want it to be. But look at somebody and say, finish well. And the church is where you find your other self. The church is where you find how to finish well. The church is where I found a better me. My other self. My unaddicted self. My loving self. My forgiving self. My kind self. I want you to know that in the church, in this atmosphere, you can be better. You can find that you can have help for whatever you're going through. In this church, it's transforming power. Power. Wonder-working power. In the church. So look at somebody and say, when you come to this new place, get in the church. We'll teach you how to handle this new thing. Yes. Clap your hands. Yes, Lord. Clap your hands.